There's a shelter crisis in the city. There are thousands of people sleeping on the streets.
People are dying in your front yard.
There's something wrong with that picture when you're working in your city, but you can't afford a place to live.
I like to think of navigation centers as shelters as they should be.
Emergency, immediate, temporary housing.
The space is bright and cheerful. It's open 24 hours a day.
Putting it in a neighborhood like this feels like a bad idea.
We'll import a massive homeless population.
I have been hit and spit on.
If you've been chased down, if you've been assaulted, you're going to have a safety concern.
Where do you want someone pooping? On your front steps or next door in the navigation center?
Passed unanimous. Madam Secretary, next item, please.
Right now, it's a parking lot, but in just a few months, this could become a cornerstone of San Francisco's plan to fight homelessness. The city says a navigation center on this spot could help put a dent in a serious problem, but neighbors have serious concerns.
I was in the train wreck in 2016. 37-year-old man survived train wreck. That was me over in Berkeley.
Shiloh Pierce barely escaped his RV when it stalled on the tracks and a train smashed it to bits. He was hit by flying debris that left him with a shoulder injury and memory loss, unable to work.
I ended up being homeless because I couldn't pay the bills.
Now Pierce camps here on the sidewalk, just steps away from the lot where a new navigation center is set to be built.
This is different than a shelter. It has more intensive services. It's 24 hours so that people aren't kicked out during the day.
Supervisor Matt Haney wants a navigation center in every district in the city. The one here on the Embarcadero would be the biggest yet, starting at 130 beds, ramping up to 200 once it's fully open.
It's a temporary location, so it gives us a couple years to use this site.
The planned structure looks a lot like this one, the Division Circle Navigation Center on South Van Ness. These two giant tents house 126 people invited here by homeless outreach workers for a 2 or 3 month stay.
You can see that people are able to sleep when they want to sleep.
That's a big part of recovering from life on the streets. Shiloh Pierce told us he finally gets to sleep after the bars close at 2 a.m.
Then I'm up again at like 4 or 5 or 6 because everybody's going out for work.
But in here, there's no alarm clock and no set meal times.
People can get meals when they're hungry, just like you or I can at home from our refrigerator.
There's community space, both indoor and outdoor.
San Francisco has some really lovely weather, and so people can really benefit from the healing powers of the sunshine. It also means that they're less likely to need to be outside on the street around the navigation centers.
Traditional shelters like this one are known for constant activity on the sidewalk, but city officials say with this new model,
they'll see less homelessness in their community now because this navigation center is there.
City maps show the area around the center will have top priority for homeless outreach and its own police foot patrol. Still, some neighbors say the waterfront is the wrong place.
Where tens of thousands of people walk by every day, baseball fans and concert goers and families and kids.
There are petitions.
Over 2,600 signatures.
And a 6-figure fundraiser for a court battle.
The mayor, in pursuit of a political goal, has been ignoring laws and regulations designed to protect the public.
But unless a judge stops it, the center could open its doors as soon as September. For Carrie Hagan, it couldn't come soon enough.
I just found out that I have cancer.
Hagan, who was born in the city, now sleeps on the streets with her partner as they try to get housing. A navigation center would allow them to stay together in a couple's dormitory.
People are more likely to come inside when they can stay with their loved ones.
And their pets.
Absolutely.
Partners, pets, and possessions are all welcome here.
She's so cute.
But when Shiloh Pierce stayed in the very first navigation center 3 years ago, he told us it was too welcoming of other things.
When you get in there, you do what you want to do, and that includes getting, getting stole from and everything, and drugs being in the center.
Pierce said today's navigation centers are different.
This one is much, much better. If I had the opportunity to get into this one, I would.
Case managers build one-on-one relationships with the guests.
Over here, you can see that our case managers are able to really see into the space. They're moving through the milieu.
And with their help, every guest is expected to work at finding permanent housing. At this rally, Shy Brown said navigation got her off the streets after 13 years.
It works if you apply yourself.
It's all about motivation.
Pretty much. If you got that strong person beside you, motivating you, pushing you, it will work.
It's an opportunity Carrie Hagan says she's praying for.
It's a very scary thing being out here.
With all eyes on the new center, homeless advocates are optimistic.
I think the city will put a lot of extra attention into making sure that things go well here.
Even as neighbors remain worried.
We're not afraid of someone who's homeless. We're afraid of someone who's battling severe drug addiction and is volatile and unpredictable and perhaps aggressive.
And city officials brace for a fight.
This is something that I know probably will be settled in the courts.